right, welcome back to another great episode of Shock.
Are you guys ready?
Coming out first in the final qualifying match for the pay-per-view, Vam Heiffer. This rookie has hit the ground running. He has been very impressive since his debut, racking up the wins, racking up the impressive wins, and now hoping to make his way to the pay-per-view as part of the very first War Games match in RLWF history. Of course, we already have team captains Mason Marceau and THP. And in addition, we have had qualifiers Maz of Oz, Sharknado, Stone Justice, Jesus Cruz, and Terry Wonderful. Will that sixth name be Vam Heiffer? Only one man standing in his way. And the Rando Lando Wheel of Destiny has tapped RIP on the shoulder and said, get down to the ring to face your destiny. Again, RIP, a former All-Star champion, and RIP locked in a crazy feud right now with Stone Justice, who was also qualified for the War Games match. So if RIP were to make it through, we're going to have a lot of interesting storylines there. You've got Maz of Oz and Sharknado, who are tag team partners in that match. You'd have RIP versus Stone Justice. A lot of stories. It's going to be one heck of a show. And the War Games match is only one small part of the entire... Well, it's a big part, but it's only one part of the entire pay-per-view. There are going to be stacks upon stacks upon stacks of matches. Every title up for grabs. Except, of course, for the Twitch title. But the Twitch title up for grabs tonight.
Doesn't matter where or when he's
non-stop wrestling action right here on the RLWF. And that man, RIP, looks ready. Well, I mean, I'm staring at a terrifying mask, so I don't know how he looks per se. But broadly speaking, if I were to, do a little body language reading here, I'd say he looks ready. Vam Heiffer has beat some quality opponents. Let's see if he's got one more in him. Comes out running. And with the Hurricane Rana, Vam Heiffer wasting no time on RIP. Again, Vam Heiffer, very fast, very agile, trying to use that advantage to the obviously larger RIP. And so far, that strategy paying off.
Attack from behind.
Neck breaker by Heiffer. Let me start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match. Again, if this is your first time joining us here in the RLWF and you'd like to have your own superstar like Vam Heiffer in the RLWF, all you need to do is come on down to the Twitch stream live, hit subscribe, or rack up 5,000 channel points, which you get in no time. Just come hang out with us for a little while, play some bets. And then, boom, you have your own wrestler in the RLWF. Season 2 has seen huge growth in the RLWF. I think we have literally doubled the number of community members we have started from the beginning of the season already. And we're only at the second pay-per-view, so things looking up for the RLWF in Season 2. And things looking up for Vam Heiffer here in the ring. Follows RIP outside of the ring. I don't know if that was necessarily a good idea. Oh, headbutt to the middle of the back by RIP.
Evades the attack. Answer after answer for each other's
RIP, combo after combo here. Making the youngster pay. Has him up in a fireman's carry. And face first off the apron.
You might be in shock now, but you'll be feeling lasting pain for a few weeks to come. And he slides
tossed back into the ring. RIP avoids the countout. They lock up again. RIP
sure what they're thinking.
Drops him neck first off that top rope. And a nice neck breaker. Vam Heiffer decides to take a little break on the outside. That's probably not a bad idea. RIP out to join him. Heifer ready for him. Throws him right back in again. Heiffer with a combo now. Look at that drop kick to the back. Going for the cover. I can't imagine that's going to get it. Got the 1 count, and he should be thankful for that. RIP tackles. Heiffer to the ground. Counter by Heiffer. Combination, and now a counter hip toss by RIP. Jocko, welcome in, sir. Welcome in. And RIP with the big forearm across the chest. You got here just in time, Jocko. This is the final qualifying match for the pay-per-view. And RIP not finished. Pounding away on Vam Heiffer. Going great, Jocko. Thank you. Thank you. Excited about the custom Titantrons over in the other Wrestling Federation.
Setting up for something here.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do that here in the RLWF. I'm a little too cautious. Vam Heiffer split open by that Snake Eyes by RIP. There's a mod that you can do fully custom Titantrons, which looks great, but I am supremely terrified of ruining my entire save file with mods. So we will see. We will see. If it seems to work and seems to be stable elsewhere, then we might take a look at it at the RLWF, because it would be amazing. Power slam by RIP. And waiting for Vam Heiffer to get up to his feet. Has him up. Power bomb. That's got to be all she wrote. Hooks the leg. And RIP might be headed to the pay-per-view. No. Vam Heiffer manages to kick out. No one in the arena can believe that one. Least of all RIP. And once again, the big forearm across the chest. Tossed into the barricade now. And then, oh, back suplex onto the top of that steel barricade. That is only a very thin coating on top of that barricade.
Taking this one back to the ring now.
RIP comes in to reset the count. Heads back out, but Vam Heiffer caught a second win here. Throws him into the steel steps.
Shot after shot. Ruthless striking.
And RIP getting tossed around now. Vam Heiffer heads back in.
He is truly feeling it right now.
And tells RIP, get in here. He's not finished yet. RIP begs to differ. Irish whip into the ropes. And the elbow smash hooks the leg. Only got the 2 counts.
How is that not 3?
Nice dodge by Vam Heiffer, and he runs right into another elbow.
He moves just in time.
And Heiffer with the jumping DDT. The low drop kick. RIP struggles to the corner here. Vam comes after him. Missed. RIP got out of the way. They lock up again. Heiffer with a shot to the gut. RIP has him up. Back first into the turnbuckle, and then tossed like a ragdoll to center ring.
Gets him with the counter.
But Vam Heiffer, no quits.
Oh, complete deadlift. This is incredible.
And boom, what a suplex by RIP. And now it's RIP telling him to get up on his feet. And then he puts him right back down with a clothesline. dodges a clothesline, has him up and over for the back body drop.
Back body drop.
And spinebuster, that's got to be it. If he pins now, there's no way he's getting out, but RIP taking no chances. We're going to see another power slam to seal the deal. And surely, Vam Heiffer is not going to be kicking out of this one. RIP with the victory, and RIP is the final qualifier for the pay-per-view. So your final qualifiers for the pay-per-view. RIP, Stone Justice. Again, what a great storyline. These two have been in a really heated, ongoing feud. And they are both in War Games. Are they going to be on the same team? Are they going to be on opposite sides? Same with Mazavaz and Sharknado, tag team partners. It could be either on the same team or opposite sides. And then on top of that, you got Jesus Cruz and Terry Wonderful. You definitely don't want to miss the pay-per-view this Saturday. This one's going to be a barn burner. All right.
The WWE
a little tag team action for you, and out first. Two-time former RLWF men's tag team champions. Wyatt and Wilson Wild, too wild.
The following contest is a tag team match set
from fitness influencers to champions. These guys have done it all.
The moment this match was announced, the WWE Universe
and we are going to see who they're up against tonight. Again, the RLWF Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line at the pay-per-view. I mean, the presumption is that it's going to be old school, but you never know here in the RLWF. But too wild all the same, looking to rack up the victories. If they're not in line for this pay-per-view, they definitely want to be in line for the next. All right, their opponents.
Here comes trouble.
And their opponents.
Gabriel Reed and Payne Chase, the Anarchists. Styles, welcome in, welcome in.
A duo that always delivers when it comes to tag team action in the WWE Universe.
The Anarchists making their way to the ring. Again, Eat the Rich t-shirts. Huge, massive sellers at www.rlwf.com/merch. Not a real website. The fans behind the Anarchists. Let's see who is starting off first. Again, I'm not sure which twin that is yet, but that is definitely Payne Chase. It is Wilson Wild versus Payne Chase. There's the bell.
There's a pecking order in the tag team division, and one of
and Payne Chase wasting no time, single-handed chokeslam. And then the sidewalk slam. Payne Chase not messing around here. And now giant swing. And Wilson Wild reeling already. Shoulder tackle, trying to get something going here. Off the ropes. And, oh, Payne Chase got the knees up. Let me set the, let me get the prediction going here.
Boom, boom, persistent barrage. Tag.
Bear with me here. Gabriel Reed tagged in.
Counters.
There's the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match. Wyatt Wild tagged in now. German suplex into the bridge. Only got the one count there. And another big sidewalk slam. Gabriel Reed. Some shots to the gut there, a little bit low, and then a choke slam into the backbreaker. Payne Chase back in the ring and sent to the mat immediately by Wyatt Wild. Wyatt has him up in the fireman's carry and face first off the turnbuckle. Reversal by Chase, and then a little clothesline of his own. But Wyatt Wild right back into it.
Grabbing a hold of the arm.
Little hip drop on the arm. And he is going to tag in Wilson Wild.
Forcing your opponent to fight one-handed.
Reversal by Chase. Chase going for a quick pin here.
And he makes the save for his team.
And Wyatt taking no chances there with his brother, but I don't think he was in too much danger at this point. All four competitors in the ring right now. The referee making absolutely no efforts to stop things. Now finally, everyone's on the outside of the ring with the twins. I'm not sure exactly who's supposed to be in the ring. I believe it's supposed to be Wilson and Payne Chase in right now, but hard to keep track. Wilson comes over to save his brother from Gabriel Reed. And switching dance partners, I don't know who is who over here on the Two Wild section. Spine buster onto the concrete, and both members of Two Wild are flat on their backs at ringside. A 5 count there, going to have to watch out for those countouts. And Wilson hops back in to avoid the countout. Payne Chase has got to hurry. I think they're at about an 8 or a 9 count here. And Wilson Wild fighting his way out of that maneuver by Payne Chase. Trying for the suplex, has him up and over.
Suplex.
Wilson, I think, hurt just as badly by that suplex as Payne Chase after the beating he took on the outside of the ring. And that's not going to help.
No other way to say it, guys. That looked like it hurt a lot.
Sidewalk slam. I think Wilson may have tweaked something in his back here. Anarchist targeting him.
No good reason to stay in this right now.
Giant swing. And Payne Chase is going to tag in his partner. They lock up. Wilson drags him to the corner, but Gabriel Reed able to fight his way free. Wilson in desperate need of a tag here. Suplex by Gabriel Reed.
We just saw a human being tossed like that.
Stomping away on Wilson, right in front of his brother. Wilson right there with Wyatt desperately calling for a tag, and finally, Wilson able to make the tag. But Payne Chase already going to work on Wyatt. The Anarchists dominating this match here so far. Gabriel Reed back in against Wyatt. And Wyatt takes him down. Now pounding away on Gabriel Reed. Wilson Wild finally making his way back to his corner. Abdominal stretch locked in. Submission hold, but hip toss reversal by Gabriel Reed.
Nice. Followed up by another to the chest.
And now it's Wilson calling for the tag. But Gabriel Reed has other plans. Oh, and the spear out of the corner. Hooks the leg. Wilson comes in for the save. But what a big move by Gabriel Reed. And Gabriel Reed with a jumping clothesline, hooks the leg again.
And he stops the count for his partner.
And once again, Wilson Wild saves the day for 2 Wild. Payne Chase finally making his way back to his corner.
Slips out of the way there. What reflexes?
Wyatt goes for the pin here. I can't imagine he's going to get this. Especially not with Payne Chase streaking across the ring to break it up. Why Wyatt isn't tagging here, I'm not 100% sure.
Hoisted up.
Big suplex, and now Wyatt looks like he's going to tag in his brother Wilson. See if Wilson has any more luck. Up and over, suplex. And Wilson Wild, little amateur wrestling going on over here. And goes for the pin again. Again, I can't imagine he's going to get a pin here. Managed to pull off a 2 count and tags in his brother Wyatt. He's had a little bit of a breather on the outside. And boom! Oh! Dropped him straight on his head. Payne Chase has to come in to break up that pin.
Stomping down. This has become a monumental struggle for these competitors.
It is down to who's
Wyatt has him up.
Energy.
Taking his time, probably a little too much time. Gabriel blocks that drop kick. But can't avoid the exploder suplex. Wow, almost tossed him right out of the ring.
Tagged in.
Wilson Wild tagged in. Gabriel Reed crawling to his corner.
And tag. He did it.
And he makes the hot tag to Payne Chase. Reversal by Wilson.
Reversals, and more reversals.
Again, we are going to have a packed card at the pay-per-view on Saturday. Not sure if we're going to see the Anarchist or 2 Wild there. With the influx of new talent that we have had at the RLWF, it is a hard to fit everyone into a card. We are just overflowing with incredible superstars. Raises that bar all the higher with every new addition. Sidewalk slam by Payne Chase. Payne Chase going to go top rope on Wilson Wild. Wilson struggles to his feet and got out of the way. Wilson off the ropes and does the little dance, swish, bang, but no. Payne Chase got out of the way of the ball and elbow. Everyone's gone to ringside. DDT onto the concrete. And the splash. And one more splash, why not? Wilson, while taking control of things ringside, tosses him back in. And Payne Chase crawling to his corner to try and make the tag to Gabriel Reed. Stopped by Wilson, but Payne Chase, with some fight still in him, hits the running knee to the head, and alley-oop. Goes for the cover. Is that going to be enough? We will not know, because Wyatt in for the save. Tossed to the outside by Gabriel. And now everybody on the outside. The Anarchists come over to cause a little havoc. Wilson slammed into the announcer's desk.
Elbow drop.
Wyatt heads back to his corner. Gabriel Reed coming out to take a few shots here. absolute chaos as all four competitors still continue to fight.
And the fighting back gets them out of a precarious position.
Payne Chase, the legal man in. I'm not sure which twin is the legal man. I believe it's Wilson who's in the ring right now, but Payne Chase. Oh, he just hot-shotted Gabriel Reed to the outside. Payne Chase has got to get back in here to beat the count out, and he does, finally. DDT. And he's going to go top rope one more time. Wyatt back in the ring. And eats the double axe handle and rolls out of the ring. Wilson Wild being dragged over to the Anarchist's corner. And we're going to see a little tag team action off the ropes. And boom, the double shoulder tackle. But somehow Wilson manages to get the tag on Wyatt. A grueling tag team match.
Face first with a waistlock takedown. And he's still managing to dish out more damage.
Yeah, he's at a point in the match where he wants to remain relentless.
Wyatt pounding away on the head of Gabriel Reed. Reed with the reversal.
Clothesline stops that move in its tracks.
And Wyatt slips out of the ring for a brief breather. Irish whip into the ropes, and boom! Oh my God! What a slam, and Wyatt only too happy to tell him all about it. And now, oh! Gabriel got the knees up on that splash attempt off the ropes. And Payne Chase back in the match. Too Wild, they've had their moments, but this match has been mostly the Anarchists kicking their butts. And here we go. Choke slam. Hooks the leg. A rope break at the literally the very last second. Less than a second. Good eye by the referee and a lucky break for Wyatt Wild. The Anarchist taking care of business inside and outside of the ring now. It is not looking good for Too Wild. Wyatt struggles to the corner. Payne Chase with the running knee. Wilson Wild split open on the outside there by the punishing attacks of Gabriel Reed. Wyatt comes out to try and help his brother out. Double underhook suplex. Say that 10 times fast, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and now Wyatt split open after being driven head first into the ring post.
Kicked off, got some room.
If Too Wild pull off this win, it will be incredibly impressive. Once again, all four competitors at ringside fighting it out. The referee counting it off. DDT on Gabriel Reed splits him open. Referee telling him get back into this ring, but we might see a double countout. I'm not even sure which of the Wilds are supposed to be, and the Anarchists get back in at the last minute here. Wyatt Wild versus Payne Chase, narrowly avoiding the double countouts. Payne Chase. Wyatt with a little dance there, does not notice Payne Chase going for the hot tag to Gabriel Reed. Has him against the ropes. Tosses him to the outside. Wyatt off the ropes and over the top rope. Right on to Gabriel Reed. Crowd chanting, "This is awesome," and they are not wrong. Wyatt now looks like he's going to go after Payne Chase. Gabriel Reed's going to go after Wilson Wild. Wyatt back in the ring. Turns his attention to Gabriel, but Gabriel with the advantage. Wobbles him with that elbow.
Grabbing a hold of the arm. All the way down.
Crowd going crazy, as well they should.
Tossed into the corner.
And another knee strike in the corner by Payne Chase.
Just ruthless.
You can see the exhaustion. Wyatt Wild barely able to stand at this point in the match. Head first into the turnbuckle. More tag team action here. Oh! Right in the ribs. Gabriel has him up and boom! Knee to the forehead. That could very well do it, but no. Wilson in to save his brother. Gabriel Reed not too happy about it. Has a few words for Wilson, but
He gets tagged in.
comes back to the corner to tag in Payne Chase. Wyatt Wild on the apron, heads his way back into the ring and flattened immediately by Payne Chase.
Knee driven right through the face.
Knees to the side of the head.
Elected with these knee strikes.
Unbelievable
Both arms captured.
that
And
someone from
vitriolic
Too Wild has not been pinned
A
yet.
mud hole is being stopped.
Gabriel Reed back in. Wyatt looks absolutely down for the count. But no, a little burst of energy here. Hooks the leg.
How can that be fair?
Come on, ref, keep these guys in check.
Wilson
Just
Wild.
like that, he sent crashing to the floor.
Everyone is to the outside now.
Right across the face.
And once again, absolute chaos on the outside of the ring.
Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable.
Wyatt Wild levels Gabriel Reed.
Whip back into
Sends
the ring.
Gabriel back into the ring and decides to go after Payne Chase. He's at a 6 count. He hasn't got time for this. Sends Payne Chase back into the ring.
What are you guys thinking?
Obviously not about the
Wyatt
risk
finally
control.
heads back in again. Gabriel Reed, the legal man in the ring here with Wyatt.
Oh, what a clubby blow. Tag into
And
the
Wilson
action.
Wild tagged into the match. Oh! Drop kick out of nowhere. Hooks the leg, but there's Payne Chase.
Gets out of there in a hurry. Oh, what a
Gabriel
chop
Reed
slam.
taking on Wyatt Wild. Wilson Wild going after Payne Chase. Turns around and sees a big boot to the face. Hooks the leg. This might be it, but no. Referee did not see.
I am shaking my head in disbelief.
The referee did
How
not
he
see
managed to get
the
shoulder.
hand on the rope,
Underhook suplex.
but Wilson managed to get out of it all the same. And now ball and elbow, but no, once again,
Say it with me, Corey.
the Anarchists dodge a bullet with the ball and elbow.
Listen to this place. It's unreal.
Wilson taking on both Anarchists right now and losing.
These fans are on fire.
Oh, I stand corrected. Wilson Wild with the German suplex, or back suplex rather.
He's getting fired up now.
Payne Chase getting the crowd fired up, and Wilson
The counter.
tries to sneak up in behind him. Clothesline to the back of the head, and a few more words from Wilson Wild to Payne Chase.
Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Run out of ringside and back to the mat.
Chase sent back in. Wilson Wild. I am absolutely shocked that Too Wild are still able to fight. They have taken an incredible beating. This has been a long, grueling match for both teams. Double underhook. Oh! Suplex, hooks the leg. Gabriel Reed in there for the save.
He takes control.
And Too Wild double teaming Gabriel Reed. Wilson with the sidewalk slam.
He's just feeding off it more.
And now attacking any anarchist he can get his claws on.
Execution, it's all coming together right now.
Hops over the steps to take a few shots at Pain Chase.
He's showing them what superiority.
He's got to be mindful of that count out. I think they're at about a 5 count right now.
Referee's count at 7.
And finally heads back into the ring. He's going to attack Gabriel Reed now. Pain Chase has got to shake off those cobwebs and get in here. He's going to get counted out. Luckily gets in just in time to hit him with the big sidekick. And now he is going to go top rope one more time.
He's begging him to get up so he can put him back down.
Wilson Wild staggers to his feet and clothesline from the top rope. Hooks the leg. And once again broken up. Wyatt Wild with the save. And Payne locks him. Oh my God, locks him into the submission hold. The cross of Payne. But Wyatt Wild came in for the save. Top rope again. For Pain Chase, he is on fire. Hits him again with the diving clothesline. Hooks the leg. And Wyatt once again there for the save. Gabriel Reed says enough of that and tosses him to the outside. Goes out after him to keep him from interfering. Irish whip inside the ring. And sidewalk slam on Wilson Wild. He rolls out. Pain Chase out after him. With DDT. I think that Gabriel Reed might still be going at it with Wyatt Wild on the opposite side of the stage. I can't see from this vantage point.
He's one step ahead there.
Wilson Wild trying to stage a comeback, but failing. Tossed into the corner. He's at a 6 count. Gabriel Reed maybe either going to throw him back into the ring, helps him out.
And now thrown back into the ring.
Count resets as Pain Chase heads to the outside.
And he slides him back to the mat. Saw that one coming.
Pain Chase in the ring with Wyatt Wild. He may not realize he has the wrong twin here. Has him up into the Samoan drop. Turns around, recognizes that he perhaps gave the Samoan drop to the wrong twin. Wilson Wild, the legal man in the ring.
Oh yeah, let's just all take a moment to truly appreciate and embrace his presence. What the laggard? Look at this, he just tossed away.
Wilson continuing his attack verbally and physically on the Anarchists. Drop kicked him into the barricade. Reversal by Pain Chase again. They are at about, I think, a 5 count up there. Got to be careful. Oof, hard into the apron. And then hard into the barricade. He's thrown right onto the ramp.
Have to head back into the ring now.
They're at a 7 count. They have not got time to be fighting on the ramp. And finally, I think they've realized that. Both of them heading back into the ring. Just in time as they get to the 9 or 10 count there. Again, narrowly dodging a double countout. Hooks the leg. Hand on the rope. Referee didn't see it again, but Wyatt came in for the save.
Coming in hot. He eludes the contact.
Clothesline by Wilson Wild. Reversal by Chain Chase. Both of these men probably could use a tag, but their partners were duking it out on the outside. Looks like everyone's going back to their corners now.
Back and forth from these competitors. Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission.
And are we going to see the cross of pain?
Oh, there it is, the abdominal stretch. He breaks it up.
And once again, Wyatt comes in for the save. But I can't imagine that Wilson Wild has anything left in the tank at this point. And these repeated knees to the side of the head probably not helping. Tags in Gabriel Reed. What is it going to take to put away 2 Wild here? Again, a credit to... I mean, again, they have a strong fitness background, so a credit to the stamina and endurance of 2 Wild. But there is only so much anyone can take. Gabriel setting him up for something. Are we going to see the spear here? Boom! Spear out of the corner, but Wilson managed to reverse it or something. I don't know what happened there. Oh my God! What just happened? I need to see the replay on that one. Gabriel Reed was going for the spear. I missed what Wilson did. We're going to have to see. Again, I'm hoping they show that on the replay. They are not. We're going to have to review the tape there and find out what happened. But unbelievably, 2 Wild pull off a win. This is why these guys are multiple-time tag team champions. The conditioning, the endurance. They take a licking and keep on ticking. 2 Wild with a huge win over the Anarchists. I am legitimately shocked. Legitimately shocked. All right, back to singles competition. Out first. Making his way to the ring, another RLWF rookie, the Peruvian Viper, Colombo.
And guys, this looks to be a match with major implications here in WWE. Could change the entire...
Colombo making his way to the ring. Again, another rookie who has come out strong here in Season 2.
This is a guy who always seeks out the highest level of competition, and I think he'll get it tonight.
Big, strong competitor. A handful for anybody who has to face him, but let's see who he's going to be up against here. Looks like we are just about ready. Colombo looks excited to get started. He may change his mind when his opponent makes it to the ring, because it is none other than Maz of Oz, the Thunder from Down Under. Killer in the sack, waiting to be unleashed on Colombo. Maz of Oz, of course, all-star champion,
A man who always gets a strong reaction from the
dominant superstar here in the RLWF.
The bell rings.
Not gonna lie. Listen, y'all know how much we all love Maz of Oz here, but hit a little bit of a rough patch here. The last couple of matches can happen to the best. So we are going to have to see if the youngster is going to try and take advantage of that, or whether Maz is gonna take advantage of that youthful enthusiasm. I think he just showed exactly what's gonna happen. Let's start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is gonna win this match.
Always focused and ready to go out there and compete. That preparation is the type of thing that elevates a superstar, Saxton.
Maz with the counter went for the body slam, but Colombo, a big boy, shows Maz how it's done. And oh, the reversal by Maz of Oz into the DDT. Again, Maz, the consummate technician, swinging neck breaker.
What a nasty knee lift.
Dropping the elbow right on the knee.
And Maz taking control here now, but Colombo with the reversal. Maz makes it to the apron. And Colombo looks like he's going to bring him back into the ring the hard way.
His shoulders are down.
Rolls him over, tries for an early pin.
Kick out close to 3.
Managed to get the 2 count.
Vicious right forearm. What a counter.
Maz of Oz with the counter, lay lock up. Irish whip into the ropes. And back body drop by Maz.
Oh, look at the well-placed
And then the elbow to the top of the head.
And look at this now, yes.
And again, the crossface locks in.
An extreme amount of pressure.
Locks in the submission.
And he's able to fend
But
off
Colombo
most of
powers out of it
submission.
and tosses him right over his head to the center of the ring. Colombo looks like he's going to be setting Maz up for something here. Could be bad news. Oh! Hooks the leg. Is he going to get a quick victory here on Maz? No. 2 count and Maz kicks out, but Colombo, despite being split open, taking control of this match, telling Maz to get up off the mat. He's not finished.
Uses the edge of the knee.
Again, the strength of Colombo on display here. Tough for anyone, even the great Maz of Oz, to counter, but belly-to-belly suplex. To the outside, drops the leg. Has a couple of words for him while he's down there, I'm sure.
Oh, right to the kidneys. Golly. He's turning the tables.
Only a 3 count. We've still got some time. Oof. Maz hard into the apron. Colombo heads back into the ring. Maz shakes off the cobwebs.
Taking a moment to let the crowd know.
And Colombo back to ringside, sent into the barricade. And Maz,
Vicious Russian leg sweep.
Russian leg sweeps is back right into the barricade. Maz heading back in to avoid the count out, even though it's only a 3 count. With the spate of countouts that we have had in the RLWF lately, can't be too careful. Can't be too careful. Hip toss by Maz. Colombo brings Maz to the ropes. Irish whip. And a huge shot to the midsection. Maz sent into the corner now. Colombo taking his time. Oh, another shot to the midsection there. And now working the arm. Head first. And finally, Maz tries to get himself out of that corner. Body slams Colombo this time. No trouble lifting him like earlier in the match. But Colombo once again sending Maz into the corner, trapping.
And it's reverse pain for that mistake.
Trapping Maz. But Maz with another reversal, then the inverted atomic drop. Listen, that put me down for a 3 count, that's for sure, but not Colombo.
He's still in this match by the skin of his teeth.
And now Maz, uh-oh. This could be it. If he locks it in, crocodile death roll. Is he going to make the big man tap?
A normal man would have submitted.
And no, manages to power his way out of it, but damage done. Both men reeling at this point in the match. Colombo has him up and down in a hurry. But Maz manages to get the shoulder up somehow. Colombo looks like he's just squeezing Maz's head like a melon. And now it's just slamming him into the mat. Maz rolls to the ropes. Up to the apron. And Colombo goes out to the apron as well. Back suplex onto the apron. Incredibly painful.
And now he's taking control. Yeah, he is staying steady and ferocious.
Colombo has him up and over with a German suplex.
Showing him what a real alpha male looks like.
The crowd booing Colombo. Colombo does not seem too concerned. They are out on the way to the ramp.
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
I mean, Maz is taking an awful beating here. He is sent finally back into the ring. Colombo looked like he was limping a little bit there, so
Looks like he has
maybe some damage all around, setting Maz up for something here. Has him up. And, oh! The gory slam into the pin. That might be all she wrote. No, Maz manages to kick out.
That was plan A, and it didn't work.
The crowd
Plan B at this point.
booing Colombo, but counting off the hits all the same. And Colombo setting Maz up again. If he hits another finisher, that's going to be curtains. Has him up. Looks like we might see another gory slam. And that's got to be it. That's got to be it, even for Maz of Oz. There's the 3 count. Your winner, Colombo. Colombo with a big win. Hung in there with Maz of Oz. Survived the crocodile death roll somehow. And managed to get the win. There's the 2 gory slams that finish it off. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. The Peruvian Viper racks up another win. An impressive win. Listen, the youngsters between him and Vam Heiffer and Styles. We got a lot of youngsters coming up. Bobby, let's not forget, is also undefeated right now. The rookies are taking over the place. The veterans have got to start showing up here. Big win for Colombo. All right, you see the ladders out. You see the case suspended above the ring. It is going to be a ladder match. Triple threat. And the first of those triple threats, Jeremiah Cowboy Colt.
The following is a triple threat ladder match.
The Torch of the People leading the way.
Weighing in at 225 pounds, Jeremiah Cowboy Colt.
Into a ladder match. Now again, if this was a tables match, smart money would be on Jeremiah Colt immediately. I don't even have to see who the other participants are. But a ladder match on tap tonight. But still, probably smart money on Jeremiah Colt. He has been an incredible superstar here in his time in the RLWF. Obviously, you can hear from the roar of the crowd, a huge fan favorite. let's keep this going. The next participant.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
From the old west to the far future. It is Aldo Cruz.
The future, weighing in at 262 pounds, the future, Aldo Cruz.
Aldo Cruz
Such a reckless, violent superstar. And you can tell
making his way to the ring.
Exactly a fan of their tactics in the ring. Well,
Now, of course, suspended above the ring is a case containing $10,000, which will go to the winner
at all costs.
of this match. I mean, I don't know what they use for currency in Aldo Cruz's timeline. Maybe they still use money. Maybe it's all electronic. It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell.
A competitor who always has his game face on.
I mean, is he going to win the match and then take that cash and then invest in the stock market knowing which companies are going to do well? He's going to back to the future and he's going to bet on sports. And then when he returns to the future, he's going to be an incredibly wealthy man. We don't know. It's hard to tell his motivations, is what I'm saying. But Aldo Cruz, whatever his motivations, always motivated to win in the squared circle. And the final participant in this triple threat ladder match.
We are about
No
to see
stranger
something good.
to Jeremiah Colt, that's for sure.
And from Albuquerque, New Mexico,
It is the
weighing in
Scorpion,
at
Sam
300
Taylor.
pounds, Sam the Scorpion Taylor.
You are looking at some highly
Sam the
motivated
Scorpion
competitors
Taylor
in this
making
match.
his way to the ring, of
Steal the
course.
show and capture the attention of
A
the entire
legendary
WWE
feud between
universe.
he and Jeremiah Colt back in season 1. Literally left Sam Taylor in the hospital. But that is ancient history at this point. And the Scorpion. Always crafty. Can't turn your back on him. I wouldn't bet against him necessarily in this match either.
And he will need that with the competition level this high.
Should be a great match. Let's start the prediction. You can let me know. I mean, I don't know who I'd pick in this one, to be honest. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match and earn yourself some incredibly valuable channel points.
Proving ground, it can literally take a superstar to new heights.
Too many classics to name and too many broken bodies to
Aldo
count.
Cruz. Look at that move on Sam Taylor. Again, Aldo Cruz, the man with moves that haven't been invented yet.
Effective attack, guys.
Backed off the neck breaker.
Neckbreaker by Jeremiah Colt. Dodges that kick from Sam Taylor and then DDT. Again, no love lost between those two superstars.
Big kick right to the gut.
Aldo Cruz going to work on Colt, but Colt
Setting them up.
has him up.
This is gonna be nasty.
And, oh, drops him right on his head. Jeremiah Cowboy Colt not fooling around. Neckbreaker.
Corey, this match has so many moving parts. How can a superstar...
Aldo with the elbow to the chest. Sam Taylor looks like he might be going for a ladder.
Manage the carnage so that everyone's
Smart
disposed, but
move.
The rings clear so the ladder can be set up to climb.
You have to move fast, but you cannot overlook your opponent.
But now Aldo, oh, Sam Taylor with the hip toss on Aldo
A
Cruz.
single second on anything
Stops
that
his
isn't an
advance.
opponent or the prize atop the ladder. You can enjoy
Hard into the barricade. And Sam Taylor also hard into the barricade.
Oh, colliding with a barricade. Point of the elbow.
Again, no countouts here in a ladder match, obviously.
competition that they'll only ever be second best.
Aldo Cruz with a couple of words for Sam Taylor that he wasn't too happy about, as a little something to say as well, but his thought interrupted by the barrage of blows from Jeremiah Colt. Aldo Cruz setting up the ladder, maybe counting on the bad blood between Sam Taylor and Jeremiah Colt to distract them long enough for him to sneak in and steal that Money in the Bank. That might be exactly what he's doing. He's making quick work. But to no avail, Jeremiah Colt and Sam Taylor back in the ring to stop him. Sam Taylor tosses Jeremiah Colt over the top rope and out to ringside. Aldo with a nice dodge, and then, oh, a super kick to the back of the head. Jeremiah Colt grabbing a ladder from out of the ring, putting it in between the apron and the announcer's table. Jeremiah Colt, the only person in the ring, says, why not set up this ladder and see if I can't make a little headway? And that's exactly what he's doing. Jeremiah Colt gonna try and steal this one now. And, oh, he has almost got it. He's got it! Just like that. Unbelievable. Jeremiah Colt just absolutely steals that one out from under the noses of Aldo Cruz and Sam Taylor. I mean, Jeremiah Colt just tore through that. An incredibly quick victory from Jeremiah Colt. He barely broke a sweat on that one. Huge win. Huge win. Again, let me tell you, Jeremiah Colt put him in a specialty match. Specialties are his specialty. A big, big win for Jeremiah Cowboy Colt.
This is gonna be good.
All right, back to singles action. Out first, Kurt Wilde
The following contest,
making his way to the ring. A no-holds-barred match.
Philadelphia.
That is right up Kurt Wilde's alley.
275 pounds.
Big time match on tap.
As always, Kurt Wilde coming to the ring
It will be memorable.
with that intensity. The energy, the intensity of Kurt Wilde on display. And there you go. Not a huge fan favorite, but nobody can deny his talent, that's for sure. And now get ready.
Who does not know the meaning of the word quit. He is ready for battle.
Kurt Wilde conducting the audience there. And listen, we have to wait to see it, but Kurt Wilde's eyes burning holes in the back of your skull. But let's see who his opponent is going to be. Again, a no-holds-barred match. You hear those jungle drums, that can mean only one thing. From deep in the jungle,
And his opponent from deep in the jungle,
Gorilla
weighing in
Mondo.
at 314 pounds, Gorilla Mondo.
The luckiest man in the RLWF. Let's see if his luck holds up tonight.
Few are as gifted in the ring as this performer.
Wow, you are laying it on thick, Saxton. Don't worry, I'm sure.
Gorilla Mondo with those scars across the chest that appeared between Season 1 and Season 2. Obviously, Gorilla went back home to the jungle in between seasons, and
He said he'll be making a statement in this match tonight.
jungle's a dangerous place, let's just say it. The jungle's a dangerous place. Could have been a puma, could have been a tiger. Tough to say. All right, a no-holds-barred match. There's the bell.
This match must be won in the ring via pinfall.
And Kurt Wilde faked him out with the chop and hit him with the DDT instead.
Stoppage, Cole. The lengths that superstars will go in a no-holds-barred
Neckbreaker
match.
from
This is gonna be
Gorilla
great.
Mondo. Let's start the prediction. You can let me know who you think's gonna win.
He turns it around.
And he barely evades. No respect at all with that action.
But it can also
Wilde
be
sends him into the corner, and
a method of luring your
clothesline
opponent
goes
into a
all the
state.
way coast to coast for one more.
A match like this can have so many twists and turns. Corey, what will happen?
But Gorilla Mondo fighting back,
Need to strike first.
Combination. Irish whip into the ropes. Oof, into the bridge. Going for an early pin, but no dice.
Moves outside. What's the plan here?
Both men head to the outside. Again, no countouts here. It is a no-holds-barred match.
The follow-away slam.
Was definitely not thinking about finesse with that one. Was only thinking about dominance.
Into the steel steps. Wild stomping away on Gorilla Mondo. Sends him for a ride. And now looks like he's going to grab the steel steps. And clocks him with it.
And targeting the leg there.
The fans booing as Kurt Wilde doing a number on Gorilla Wilde outside of the ring here. Foot DDT. Working on the legs and the feet, trying to maybe neutralize some of his top rope maneuvers. Not a bad idea, but Gorilla Mondo with a nice reversal. Predictions live right now, Style, so I'm not sure if you're not seeing it, I'm not sure why.
Switches it back around.
It's just about over, though. Gorilla Mondo, I think, has been split open there. He has. And Kurt Wilde absolutely demolishing Gorilla Mondo so far. He's got those steel steps again. I thought for a second he was just going to place them back again, but no. Into the ring they go. As does Kurt Wilde. They lock up. Wilde sends him into the corner.
Right into that turnbuckle. High risk area.
Has him up. Oh no, are we going to see a Falcon Arrow onto the steel steps? Oh, this could be a nightmare. No. Gorilla Mondo drops him face first from the top rope. Oh my God, he was going to be devastated if he hit him with a top rope Falcon Arrow onto the steel steps. We would have never seen that before. Gorilla Mondo saving his life. But Kurt Wilde going for the pin all the same. Did not get it. He's got those steel steps up, and once again cracks him in the face with those metal steps. Wilde has him up. Pump handle suplex almost takes out the referee. And once again, the steel steps in play. Gorilla Mondo in the corner. Kurt Wilde not really sure what to do. There he goes. Clocks him. Baiting him to come out of the corner a little bit, I think. And Kurt Wilde just waiting for him to get up again. Oh, he's going to hit him again, but Gorilla Mondo with the reversal. Now Gorilla Mondo says, I might have a chance there, but Kurt Wilde too fast for him. Reversal by Mondo. And Mondo has him up. Small package. Powerbomb. Gorilla Mondo has those steel steps, waiting for Kurt Wilde to get up, but Kurt Wilde, okay, he's finally getting up now. And boom, Gorilla Mondo evens the score a little bit. Looks like he might be waiting for him to get up again. And oh, Kurt Wilde with the reversal, and again tricks him with the chop to get the DDT.
Shot after shot.
A brutal match. Wilde setting him up for something here. Could be the Rampage. Boom! Hit him with the Rampage, hooks the leg. Only got the 2 counts. Gorilla Mondo gets that shoulder up. Kurt Wilde cannot believe it. Looks to the heavens. Wilde continues to stomp away, and again, the steel steps, but Gorilla Mondo wisely rolls out of the ring. Kurt Wilde out after him.
He's outside the ring now.
Again, no countouts. It is a no-holds-barred match.
Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash. And an impressive amount of offense against him here.
In this situation, he has to get resourceful.
They lock up. Wilde sends him back into the ring. Once again, going to those steel steps, but Gorilla Mondo's onto him. Combo after combo has Wilde reeling, runs at him, and tilt-a-whirl backstabber. Hooks the leg. 2 count, and Wilde manages to kick out.
The next big move might end this. The question is, who has the stamina left to pull it out?
Gorilla Mondo has the steel step this time and hits him.
That'll make you reassess some things.
Little birds flying around Kurt Wilde's head at this point. Hits him again. The crowd going crazy. Gorilla Mondo, he's willing to stand there all day hitting him with those steel steps. But Kurt Wilde with the reversal. Hooks the leg. Only got the 2 count again.
How much is it worth to continue through the agony? It's obviously worth everything. Obviously worth every.
Gorilla staggers to his feet, but gets a shot to the midsection onto Kurt Wilde. Gets him up against the ropes now. And he once again going for those steel steps. And he is going to give Kurt Wilde a second to get his thoughts together before he smashes him in the head with a large metallic object. And again, Gorilla Mondo, I think those steel steps are his new favorite toy. But Kurt Wilde with the reversal. Irish whip into the ropes to no avail.
Just carrying the opposition anywhere they want.
Gorilla has him up and face first off the turnbuckle. And now just choking him out with the foot.
So ruthless.
He's going for the pin.
Hooks the leg.
Into the pay window.
And there's the 3 count. Your winner, Gorilla Mondo.
Perhaps worth it now.
A valiant effort by Kurt Wilde, but Gorilla Mondo chalks up another victory. You can see from the replay, it was a brutal match. But your winner, 1, 2, 3, Gorilla Mondo.
Here is your winner, Gorilla Mondo.
You cannot say they didn't give it their all and then some to achieve this victory.
The crowd go wild, as well they should. Big victory there for that man, Gorilla Mondo. Tag team match coming up next. And there they are, Pink Perfection.
The following is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring.
Victoria Long and Whitney Parker making their way to the ring. Boos from the crowd, but they are not concerned. Again, Pink Perfection has been strong in their last couple of matches. Trying to make their way back to the top here. And tonight they are going to get a great opportunity to do so because they are going to be facing the brand new RLWF Women's Tag Team Champions in a non-title match. That's right. It is time for Beautiful Becca and Jeannie Gorgeous. The Stunners. And the title belts have not impeded their moves in any way, shape, or form. A huge victory in that 6-woman tornado tag match, where they managed to get the belts from Malice. No easy feat. Again, their first run as women's tag team champions. Crowd going wild. The Stunners have always been a fan favorite, so seeing them with the belts put a lot of smiles on the faces out there in the stands. But winning the championship and defending the championship are two different things. Jeannie Gorgeous facing off against Victoria Long to start. Let me get the prediction going. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match.
But it takes more than just that to succeed as a tandem in WWE. You have to be completely in sync to rise to the top of this division.
Got their opponent set up.
Drop kick to the back by Long.
Oh, that was just malicious.
Insulting.
Stomping away.
Handstand into the elbow drop.
Victoria Long just flailing away before posing with a little bit of a flex. Another handstand elbow drop, and again pounding away. And another put. Look at this.
Handstand into the elbow drop.
If she does it again, okay, another handstand elbow drop, and then finally she's going to go for a tag. But Pink Perfection not showing the champs maybe the respect they deserve yet. We'll see if the Stunners are going to make them pay for it. We're going to see a little tag team action here against Whitney Parker. Whitney Parker into the boots of Beautiful Becca. And Becca with the abdominal stretch. Trying to get Whitney to tap early, but Victoria Long in there for the save. Unneeded. Whitney Parker had things under control. No problem, Jeremiah. It's good to have you here. You were already in a match earlier in the evening, so you can. I won't spoil it for you, but you can check out the VOD.
To not even allow a 2 count at this juncture.
Grabbing the arms and just
Whitney Parker stomping away on Beautiful Becca before heading back for a crisp tag.
Dictate the pace. That right there is how you do it.
Victoria Long, some nice sidestepping there, but Beautiful Becca finds her every time. Shot to the face.
There's the tag.
And Victoria Long fighting her way back in a DDT on Jeannie Gorgeous.
Round and round we go.
And now a little bit of a spin cycle there. Jeannie rolls out of the ring, and Victoria Long takes a cheap shot at Beautiful Becca before heading over for a tag. Whitney Parker in the ring waiting for Jeannie Gorgeous. Jeannie Gorgeous only too happy to greet her. Elbow to the face. No problem, Jeremiah. Listen, we're glad to have you when you're here, but everybody's got stuff going on in life. I don't expect anybody to be here every single time, so we're happy you made it. Better late than never, I say. Thankfully, I've remembered to do the prediction every time so far, so I'm finally, after a season and a half, learning slightly. Beautiful Becca in against Whitney Parker. Whitney with the forearm to the face. And we're going to see some tag team action from Pink Perfection. Victoria off the ropes. And the big boot to the head of beautiful Becca. Hooks the leg. Only got the 1 count.
Clearly, she's still got a lot of fight left in her.
And Victoria Long locking in the abdominal stretch. Jeannie Gorgeous is going to come in and put an end to that.
Look at the body. Look at how her body is. A body shouldn't bend that way.
Beautiful Becca trying to come back now. Has Victoria up against the ropes. And a reversal from Victoria sends her all the way to the concrete. And then the tag into Whitney Parker. Listen, Pink Perfection has looked like the stronger team here so far against the new champs. But beautiful Becca immediately trying to prove me wrong. Oh! Zigzag by Whitney Parker. And clotheslines her to the mat. Whitney not sure what she's going to do. Beautiful Becca crawling to the corner, but Whitney Parker's not going to allow that. Nice dodge by Becca. And then a slap to the face of Whitney Parker. Here's a little bit of disrespect coming back the way of Pink Perfection, but snap suplex by Parker. Parker's going to go top rope. And oh, missed on the splash. And beautiful Becca wisely decides to tag in her partner. Jeannie sidesteps that attack by Parker.
Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
And Jeannie Gorgeous.
That looks painful.
Stomping away here on Whitney Parker. Once again, back to the corner, and we are going to see more tag team action. Once again, head first into the boot of beautiful Becca. Pink Perfection have never been champions, no. Oh! What a move from the middle rope by beautiful Becca. In the very, very early days of literally the very first few episodes of the RLWF, Pink Perfection were in a feud with the Gate Crashers, who were the champs at the time. But they never were able to get the belts off them, and they just haven't had the opportunity since then. So a win here against the new champs would be certainly a plus for them.
Foot right in the throat. Brutal. Bodies must be writhing in pain right now. The breaking point must be
at ringside now. Whitney Parker takes a couple of shots at Jeannie Gorgeous. Jeannie Gorgeous tries to grab her. Whitney Parker just too fast. Just too fast. But Jeannie finally gets her hands on her. Stands on the copious hair of Whitney Parker. I think we might have poured one out for the few weaves that were lost here. And Jeannie locks in the camel clutch. But Victoria Long comes in to break that one up. Exactly, Jeremiah. Exactly, Jeremiah. It's like the Force. It's everywhere.
Yeah, but she can't allow this surge to frustrate her.
Beautiful Becca setting up Whitney for something here. And stunner. Hooks the leg. That could be all she wrote. Victoria Long in there to save her partner. Jeannie Gorgeous sends her to the outside. Jeannie tried for the discus clothesline on Jeannie Gorgeous. And Whitney Parker drop kicks her to the outside. Whitney Parker is the last woman standing here in this match so far. Whitney tries to attack beautiful Becca. Does not work. She's got her now, though. Again, Jeannie Gorgeous, the legal woman in the match, I believe. Indeed, it was Jeremiah. Suplex there at a 7 count. Whitney Parker's got to get back in there. She's going to lose this match by countouts.
What energy in the arena tonight.
Hops back in after an 8. Okay, it was beautiful Becca was the legal person in the ring. All right. My mistake. I lost track in all the chaos.
She bails in a hurry.
Beautiful Becca hits her with a couple of kicks, hooks the leg. And good eye by the referee, spots the hand on the rope. Maz, welcome in. Maz, you also were on the card earlier today. We have a title match coming up. Sharknado is going to defend his Twitch championship again.
Disrupts the attack with an elbow to the gut.
And Whitney Parker going to work. She needs a tag, I would think, but opting instead to cause a little damage, a little chaos. That one, I think, hurt both of them. Whitney Parker staggers to her feet. Takes a cheap shot at beautiful Becca. Turns her attentions back to Jeannie Gorgeous. And finally, Whitney Parker decides to tag in her partner. No, I haven't. He hasn't been posting on Twitter either, so hopefully he's okay. He might just be taking a break from online. Listen, we've all been there, so maybe I'll send him a message on Twitter just to check and make sure he's all right. We love Sharknado here. He has been a longtime member of this community from back in the early days, him and Maz. So we're hoping he's all right. I'll just send him a quick message. Like I say, he's probably just taking a little break.
Here we go. Inverted DDT. And the wear and tear keeps mounting on her.
This situation is not where she wanted to be.
Whitney Parker on the attack, but Jeannie Gorgeous fighting back here. Has her against the barricade, heads back in to avoid the countouts. Decides to have a few words with Victoria Long and maybe a knuckle sandwich to boot. At a 6 count, Whitney Parker about to get back in, and she does. Playing a little game of cat and mouse here with the ropes. And finally, everyone's back into the ring. I know that's the worst part, Maz, is that he was kind of going through when he left. He was kind of on a bit of a cold streak, and he has been absolutely rocketing since then. That's all right. Listen, the VODs are always here. The videos are always here for him to look back. Listen, for all we know, he's out there watching on YouTube. We don't know. If you are, hey, Shark, how's it going? Jeannie Gorgeous hits the tag. Whitney Parker thought about tagging in Victoria Long, but decides to face off against beautiful Becca.
She manages to get control.
DDT by Parker. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough? It is not. Almost. But not quite.
At this point is beyond the realm of reality.
Into the ropes. Becca missed. After all that, she missed on the move, but that's okay. That's all right. Whitney Parker shows her how it's done and tags in Victoria Long. Spinebuster.
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Victoria Long
That's gonna sting your back.
laying in the hits on beautiful Becca, but beautiful Becca trying a comeback here. Sends her into the corner. I think all 4 participants looking a little bit gassed at this point.
Series of reversals.
When maybe Shark will come back for Shark Week. That would make sense. They still do Shark Week? That can't be a thing anymore. Victoria Long going top rope, but Beautiful Becca is already halfway across the ring.
Tag made. Tag
Making
made.
a hot tag to her partner. And Whitney Parker now tagged in as well. 2 new participants. Shark Week PPV, there you go.
Oh boy, that's a determined stare.
All right, Whitney setting her up now. What do we got?
She's trying one more time.
No, Jeannie Gorgeous fighting back.
Pop right in the stomach creates the separation.
Reverses the finisher. And now dragging Whitney Parker one more time to the corner. And it looks like she's going to eat the bottom of Beautiful Becca's boot one more time. Becca going middle rope.
She has her target weighed and measured.
Parker on her feet, and boom, not for long.
She shoots up the top.
And Beautiful Becca going up the top rope now. And, oh, misses on the elbow.
She knows that now.
Whitney Parker playing a bit of possum, I think, there. And Victoria Long back in the ring. Nice dodge by Becca. Nice dodge by Victoria.
She adjusts it and reverses it.
Ah, look at this. Hairpin slam. These superstars must be feeding off the WWE Universe.
This place is
Whitney
starting to
Parker.
rock. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I got
Stomp to the midsection.
stand there.
Picking up
Off the
speed.
ropes, and boom. Kick to the face. Listen, if we had a shark, it would be great if we could have a Shark Week match, a shark match, where the ring is above a tank full of live sharks. So if you get tossed over the top rope into the water below, you're getting attacked by sharks. I suspect 2K is not going to have that in one of their updates, but you never know. You never know.
Step up Enziguri. Up to the top rope now.
Victoria Long going top rope again. And nails the leg drop. The distance on that leg drop was incredibly impressive. Whitney Parker over with a few words for Jeannie Gorgeous.
What a counter. Gets the tag.
Trying to cause a distraction. Jeannie Gorgeous tagged in now. And stunner! Out of nowhere, Jeannie Gorgeous with the stunner. This could be it. It is not. Pink Perfection hanging in there.
This is unreal. There's got to be some...
Crowd chanting tag team wrestling. They are here for it. Camel clutch locked in. Is she going to make Victoria Long tap? No, Victoria Long powering her way out of it.
Way to break it.
Has her against the ropes and choking her across that top rope. Get in there, ref.
Top rope.
Clubbing blow to the back.
The crowd booing as Pink Perfection rally here against the champs.
So she tags in.
Another crisp tag. Whitney Parker back in the match.
She scores.
Oh, the block and the slap to the face by Jeannie Gorgeous. And one more time. Oh my God, is Whitney Parker going to take another boot?
What are we going to see here?
Again, slammed head first for I think the fourth time this match into the boots of beautiful Becca.
Oh, look at... This is... She's looking for the win.
Hooks the leg.
Oh, what a save.
And Victoria Long has to save her partner again. Sent to the outside. Jeannie Gorgeous. Everyone heads to the outside, my correction. And the champs looking to take apart the challengers here on the ringside.
Oh, straight forearm. Scary.
Forearms send their opponents to the ground.
That one's scouted.
Whitney Parker slips back into the ring. Heads right back out again.
She turns it right around with a counter.
And now Becca in a dangerous position there, caught between both members of Pink Perfection.
The counter.
Referee at a 3 count. Again, Whitney Parker and Beautiful Becca, the legal participants in the ring. Beautiful Becca heads back in to avoid the countout. Has a few words for Victoria Long, though, and maybe a little bit more than that. How about a drop kick to the chin? But Whitney Parker using the distraction to her advantage.
She goes to the outside now.
And Becca rolls out. Again, more. Oh! The atomic drop at that leg in a similar way that Matt Windham did the same to the Jester earlier. Wow. Just trapped that leg on the apron. That's a good way to pull an ACL, let me tell you. And Becca looks exhausted. She tags in Jeannie Gorgeous. And oh! Kick to the face. That could be all she wrote. Jeannie Gorgeous making quick work of Whitney Parker. Not messing around, just a quick shot to the face. And your winners, the Stunners. A great match put on by Pink Perfection, though. Credit where credit is due. But that'll end it. Huge kick to the face by Jeannie Gorgeous.
And the winner celebrating together.
And your winner and RLWF Women's Champions, the Stunners.
I see many more wins in the future for this pairing.
Big win. Big win for the Stunners. Listen, when you first win the belt, you want to win that first one. You want to start off with a winning tradition. And that's exactly what they've done here. Great match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
The announcer is in the ring.
Internet Championship.
Twitch Championship up for grabs. Sharknado
Here we go, guys.
is facing off against this man. The Rando Lando Wheel of Destiny has given Sharknado his toughest title defense yet, perhaps. It is Prince Yuv with an opportunity to get that Twitch belt. Yuv making his way to the ring. Again, Yuv has been impressive in Season 2, to say the least. What are you doing, buddy? Max wants to come on stream. Hang on one second. Hang on. Don't fall off the chair.
This is a big-time opportunity, Byron, as the title will be on the line here. You're right, Michael. And judging from the response
All right,
on social
Max.
media heading into this match,
Let the people know. Who do you think is going to win, Max? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be this guy? Is it going to be Prince Yuv, or are you a Sharknado man? What do you think? Max seems unsure. I think attitude-wise, I think Yuv is a better match for a cat, I would think.
He will need the performance of a lifetime to become champion.
Prince Yuv would... Yes, hello, buddy. Hi, buddy. Prince Yuv... I can't do the stream with you rubbing up against my beard here, buddy. I know. Come here, here's some pictures. All right, Yuv's opponent. The greatest Twitch champion in RLWF history already, looking to extend that dominance tonight. It is Sharknado. What do you think, buddy? Max is so excited he's barely awake. Hopefully a little more entertaining for everybody else in chat. I still do need a Max emote. You're right, Jeremiah. I 100% keep forgetting to do so. We will get one. We will get one. What do you think? Why are you being aggressive and cute?
You just have to make sure you don't lose. That is the champion.
Sharknado has been on an absolute tear. And he is going to be one of the participants taking place, or participating rather, in the War Games match at the pay-per-view on Saturday, where he is either going to team up or face off against his tag team partner, Maz of Oz. We are still not certain, because the teams are going to have to be chosen by the team captains, Mason Marceau and THP.
Introducing the challenger from wherever he wants, weighing in at 242 pounds, the
Prince Yuv. Couple of words for Sharknado before the match even starts here. Sharknado does not look terribly intimidated, though. Hard to intimidate one of the greatest predators on the earth. Sharknado. Is this going to be the end of Sharknado's impressive reign as Twitch champion? Or is he going to continue to make history? We shall see. Let's start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match. No, okay, hang on. Max is going for the controller now. Time to go down, buddy.
Wouldn't you say? Absolutely. You got your name in the history books. Now it's about
he was literally reaching for the controller.
down to how you respond to your challengers.
That could have been disastrous.
Uh-oh. This isn't going to be pretty.
Shark has him up and over for the suplex.
On the move, bouncing
Off the ropes, rolling senton hits. And maybe one more just for fun.
Senton connects.
Hooks the leg. I can't imagine you're going to pin Prince Yuv this early. Got a 2 count, though, surprisingly.
able to squeeze that shoulder out so close.
Prince Yuv with some knee lifts. And now pounding away with the forearms.
One after another.
And this is just outrageous power.
And look at the strength on display by Prince Yuv.
Knock a normal person out.
Another suplex. And now going to work on the legs of Sharknado.
What a shot! And he's just flaunting his skills now. Yeah, it looks like he's offloading all of
Working
his
on the
anger.
arms, just kind of working his way all the way around the body here.
Between strain and pain, when your shoulder is worked like that.
Turned that
Sharknado, though, with the reversal, trying to get something going. Irish whip into the ropes. Shark drops down, and boom, spinning sidewalk slam.
such impact. Falls victim to a German
Yuv
suplex.
with the
Champ
German
taking the worst end of the
suplex.
exchange. He had it scouted.
Oof. Jawbreaker by Sharknado, but there's the reversal from Yuv.
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Yuv repositioning the champ here. Blocked by Shark, missed the second one. He's backed into the corner.
Punch to the stomach connects.
Shot to the gut. That looked a little low, that kick, Prince Yuv. Hooks the leg. 2 count only, no. Shoulder up. And Sharknado pulls himself up on the ropes to the apron. Prince Yuv knocks him to ringside, heads out after him.
But he could lose this match by count out. Thrown back in under
Yuv
the
sends him
ropes.
right back in the ring. Yuv does not want to risk any kind of count out. He's not going to win the championship on a count out. Oh! Spear hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough?
Kicks out.
No, it is not. Sharknado kicks out again, but again, Sharknado. This, he hasn't had this much trouble in a match in a while.
Shifts it back onto him.
Prince Yuv, oh, nice hip toss reversal there by Shark. Is that low against the Shark? Listen, I'm not one... Listen, I don't know enough about Shark anatomy, let alone Sharknado anatomy. I don't want to... I'm just gonna guess it's roughly equivalent down there. We shall see. Well, hopefully we don't see, actually. Trading blows in the ring and spinning sidewalk slam again by Sharknado. And one more time, Sharknado, the crowd going crazy for him. Yuv has him up though. And oh no, this could be curtains. F5 on Sharknado. That might very well be the end of the reign right there. No, Sharknado got the shoulder up. But now Yuv locks in the bear hug, trying to make the champ tap. Unusual for Shark, not normally a submission specialist by any stretch, but certainly has the power. Sharknado now looks like he's rallying. He's got a second wind. The frenzy is real, and now setting Yuv up for the Sharknado punch. And shkabam! Hooks the leg. And this time Yuv getting the shoulder up. What a match. What a match. Irish whip into the ropes. To no effect. And Sharknado. Belly to belly, and then oof! Hooks the leg after that maneuver, and there's your winner. There's your winner. Sharknado defends again. Unbelievable. A comeback victory for Sharknado. I thought Yuv had him. I thought Yuv had him. Yuv is going to be absolutely livid when he sees this. Absolutely livid. But credit where credit is due. Sharknado hung in there again and came out with the victory. And listen, this man has to defend that belt every 2 weeks, and he has done it 4 times in a row now. I mean, at this point, he's going to go through the whole roster and start all over again at the top before someone's able to take this belt away from him. But we got a couple of people in chat here who haven't had a crack yet this round. We shall see. We shall see. In 2 more weeks, we will see if Sharknado continues his reign or if someone finally steals the belt off him. Main event time. The WWE Universe. And we already saw him because the Wheel of Destiny chose him to be in the qualifying match to open the night. So he is going to open and close the card. Despite the loss earlier in the evening in the opening match, Vam Heiffer, as mentioned, has been very, very strong coming in as a rookie.
A very high pressure situation.
So Vam Heiffer is going to had already a great opportunity earlier to be part of the pay-per-view War Games match. But now even better, a non-title match against this man. Speaking of champions who refuse to drop the title, the Cajun King himself, Mason Marceau. Now, Mason Marceau is going to be a team captain in that War Games match at the pay-per-view. If he loses that match, he is in a fatal 4-way match to retain the belt. No easy feat for anyone. If he wins the match, he still has to defend the belt. That is the law of pay-per-view, Bill. So will the Cajun King face one opponent or three opponents? That's the question. That is the stakes in the War Games match. And again, now that we know all of the participants, it is going to be interesting to see how the draft plays out. Again, the draft is not going to be on stream, but we are going to, obviously, Mason Marceau and THP will be made aware of the qualifiers, and we are going to take turns choosing. And we will see who comes out victorious at the pay-per-view. Exactly, Jeremiah. Vam Heiffer looking to take down the King here. King or Viking? Let's start the prediction, and you can let me know which you are supporting tonight. But a huge opportunity for a rookie here to have a shot against Mason Marceau. I mean, the toughest fight, obviously, of his young RLWF career, but obviously the commish knows talent when he sees it.
But as the champ, they have to know that there's a list in the locker room a mile long of people who want what they have. Exhibit A.
And Vam coming out early.
Right now.
But Mason Marceau now with the reversal. Oh, I spoke too soon.
In the contendership conversation.
Tilt-a-whirl DDT by Vam Heiffer. Now again, Vam Heiffer is unlikely to face him at the pay-per-view. I suppose if Mason Marceau loses the match, then he's going to be facing the qualifiers. If he wins the War Games match, if his team wins the War Games match, he is up against someone, so a win here by Vam Heiffer might just put him in contention. Tough to say, a lot of names at the top of the list. It's hard to choose, hard to decide who would be the person that Mason Marceau would have to face.
Planning on what to do next.
Tossed back first. Into the apron.
And now gets tossed into the ring.
Vam Heiffer tossed back into the ring by the Cajun King.
Heads outside, but this one has
Vam
to
heads
end
back
the ring.
out. Not a false count anywhere, so they're going to again have to be mindful of a count out. Irish whip and another tilt-a-whirl DDT. Vam Heiffer looking very impressive here against the champ so far.
Oh, did you hear that?
And again, Vam Heiffer has already been in a grueling match against RIP earlier tonight, so he is coming in already not at 100%, but you couldn't tell by watching him.
Grabs their opponent by the ankles.
Alley-oop powerbomb into the pin. 2 count, but Mason Marceau gets that shoulder up.
Hoping to end it here.
And a quick roll-up by the champ. Sneaky move.
Count after one.
Somehow still in this fight. Not down and out yet.
Didn't pan out, but a good strategy.
Snapmare
Off the
takedown.
ropes. And the low kick to the face.
Oh, kick connects.
And he said, "You're not getting me with that."
Marceau split open. I think I might have missed that.
Hit him with a shot to the face.
Ready for a little bit.
Vam Heiffer going top rope, dangerous from that range. Missed the splash.
Oh my gosh. He's taking some good hits.
A little deception by the Cajun King. Suplex by Marceau. And the sleeper hold. Trying to put the rookie to sleep here. But no. The sit-out jawbreaker reversal. Vam Heiffer staying up late past his bedtime here. And another tilt-a-whirl DDT. Just keeps dropping Mason Marceau on the top of his head. Middle rope, but Mason Marceau decides to head out of the ring instead. Probably a smart idea.
Paying it right back with a reversal.
And Marceau with the sling blade and then the low drop kick to the side of the head.
Double stomp.
And Mason Marceau trying to put the rookie away here. STO.
He's absorbing some tough hits now. Not a bad place to be in, but the longer
Marceau just non-stop aggression right now. Combination has Vam staggered. Irish whip into the ropes. And oof. Huge arm drag. Vam can barely get to his feet here on the apron. Mason Marceau only too happy to help him out.
Out of the ring, what's his plan here? Oh, he knew what was coming.
Reversal by Vam, but Mason Marceau continues the attack.
He's being taken into the deep waters here.
Crowd goes crazy. Another reversal by Vam. Reversal by Mason. Hard into the apron. And drops him face first, and now Vam Heiffer is split open. Look at that kip up out of nowhere. Where did that burst of energy come from? They're at a 6 count, so Vam sends him back into the ring. Does not want to lose by countout. Or win by countout either. DDT. Both men split open. There's the kip up from Mason Marceau. Showing the kid how it's done. Reversal after reversal here. Vam Heiffer goes top rope again, and he hits it that time. Hooks the leg. But no, Mason Marceau manages to kick out. Unbelievable. Exactly, Jeremiah. Maybe that's going to send him into a berserker rage here. And now locks the arm, but there's the rope break. Good eye by the referee. Vam can't believe it. A leg drop.
Measure kick to the vertebrae.
And the neck snap. And Mason Marceau rolls out again. Vam Heiffer out immediately after him. DDT onto the concrete again. Head's already split open. Vam Heiffer telling the King to get up. I don't know if I'd be taunting the King. Mason Marceau making him pay for it immediately. Oh, add that to the special names list. Jeremiah, I like that one. I can't remember his second finisher. I know one of his finishers is the Samoan Splash.
Off the ropes, there's a reversal.
And oh! Caught him into the power slam, hooks the leg. Still not enough. Mason Marceau.
Looking to take flight here.
Going up one more time, and boom! Hit it again. This might very well be enough. The referee way out of position. 3! And just like that, Vam Heiffer with the non-title win over the champ, Mason Marceau. Unbelievable. What a victory. So at this point, quite frankly, if I'm Vam Heiffer, knowing that this win has kind of at least put me in the conversation for a title match against Mason Marceau, I'm going to be praying that Mason Marceau wins wins the match at War Games,
Those aches and pains are going to be a reminder of this win for days to come.
because he is going to want an opportunity, perhaps, to take on Mason Marceau for the belt. An incredible, hard-fought win here by Vam Heiffer. Wow.